Look, we all knew that this election was going to be especially contentious and possibly shot through with misdeeds, but even I'm shocked by what's going on here. Hello, everyone. Dr. Chris Martenson here of Peak Prosperity. We've got to talk about this. We're going to be talking about this now. By the way, this is going to come in several parts. If you are watching this on YouTube, just understand I'm going to have to dial this back. You only get a little bit. You're going to have to go over to places where we see more free speech, which is still allowed. Well, that would be on Twitter. That would be on Rumble. And of course, back at peakprosperity.com. That's where you can always find all of my contact. So we're going to be talking about this, and I'm going to be using sort of code phrase, but that thing right there, Dwizabin 3, to harken back to the COVID days. This is so obvious right now. It would honestly make Stalin blush. So let's start here. This is Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson, who is famously recently on record as saying that if you fail to certify an election at the local level, they will come after you with lawfare. Here she is saying, oh gosh, there's a nationwide issue with Dominion voter access terminals, just nationwide. And she said just the ones that are being used, not the ones in storage, we guess, preventing voters from making certain selections, meaning you can't select like the whole party. Like you can't just say Republican or Democrat and have it vote down. Like it's an issue, right? Of course, there's an issue we're going to say here, according to her office. It's just a programming issue, cannot be fixed. Of course, can't be fixed. Voters are going to have to be forced to deal with it. You know, what could we do? Why was this issue not caught during the testing period? Well, of course, it was. And why can't we just use paper ballots? Because, of course, we wouldn't be going through any of these shenanigans right here. Just ready. Get ready. There are going to be lots of glitches, as DC Drano here put out. Guess what? It was just a glitch when social media censorship of the Trump Rogan interview. Just a glitch. Just you couldn't find it anywhere on YouTube. Glitch. Fraudulent ballots mixed in with real ones in Michigan. A glitch. Voting machines not working in Maricopa County, Arizona. A glitch. Glitches. Oh, it's a glitch. Or accidentally. The Secretary of State in Colorado, Jenna Griswold, accidentally sent out 30,000 registrations to illegals. Oops. It was an accident. And now she accidentally posted, the passwords to machine servers online? Voter fraud. Let's look into this really quickly. Colorado is being screwed over on purpose, according to Real Louis Huey. Time for a definition. Let's be very clear, because the other thing the system is going to try and do here is prevent us from having a reasonable conversation. So let's make sure we have the conversation we want to have. Voter fraud. That pertains to, it's suppression of or altering votes at the individual level. Certainly we're seeing examples of that, right? Ballot boxes catching on fire, people not able to get ballots when they need to, et cetera. That's happening. And we saw this happen in bulk with the 2,000 Mules absentee ballot rigging. We saw that in 2020. The 2,000 Mules was a documentary, which was very good. Dinesh D'Souza put that one out. Now, but what we're talking about here is integrity. This is a different thing. Election integrity pertains to the ability to verify, not trust. We don't have to trust that anything worked out right, but we can verify the counted vote totals. Go forward and backwards, and you get the same number going both directions over and over again. Are the systems and processes themselves, are they robust, right? Are they properly observed? Are they properly overseen? Are they delivering statistically valid, believable results or not? Integrity is a system scale issue. So we want to separate, because they keep trying to push us down to voter fraud, because then you can make the argument once you get there that it didn't really affect the outcome. If a couple votes were, it happens. So that's what they try and push the conversation to. We got to remember this is an integrity issue. System-wide, can we detect anything going on system-wide? Now, this is where we'll get back to Jenna Griswold here. Kyle Clark reporting here, and we can listen in. It turns out that county clerks in Colorado were not notified of the breach. What kind of breach? Passwords were put out online about online systems. None of this is supposed to happen. This is worse than bad. This is a fundamental lack of integrity, election integrity. It has been compromised. So you would think As soon as you realize you have at root level, because these were what are called BIOS level passwords. I mean, this is at the base level. You can do whatever you want once you get in at that level. And you would think that with something that profound, your first thing, if you had integrity, would be to say, wow, time out, something very bad just happened, and we need to talk about it. Listen in. This is astonishing. Again, this refers to the leaking of passwords at the BIOS level.
You'd chosen not to tell the county clerks about this password leak. Were you going to tell the public about it if the Colorado Republican Party didn't go public with it today?
So again, I am going to push back on your gotcha premise. We did not decide not to disclose something to county clerks. We were actively investigating along with federal partners. We want to try to take as measured of approaches to situations as possible and gather good information. So along those lines, we are still in an active investigation. Our course remains as it was. It's to gather information, go into the counties, fix any issue that needs to be fixed out of an abundance of caution.
Did you intend to tell the public if it wasn't revealed?
We were still in investigation, working with federal partners, and had not made that decision.
Blink, 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 blink. I was blinking alongside her there. Just listen, it's a sign of obvious discomfort is lots and lots of blinking. It's one of the known things. It's always in the eyes, isn't it? At any rate, I love that we did not decide to not disclose it. I mean, all this double negative. This is complete crap. We should not have to live with or live by that sort of a non-answer answer. This was an extremely serious breach, and it should call into question everything that happens downstream, which of course it will.
You chose not to tell the county clerks about this password leak. Were you going to tell the public about it if the Colorado Republican Party didn't go public with it today?
Blink, blink, blink.
So again,
blink,
I am
blink,
going
blink,
to
blink,
push back
blink,
on your gotcha
blink,
premise.
blink,
We did
blink.
not decide not to disclose something to county clerks. We were actively.
All right. By the way, listen, we're gonna have to close this out for YouTube. Follow us on Rumble at X on at peakprosperity.com because this is going to get harsh from here. And before I go there, I just need you to know that I am going to be presenting for my subscribers back at Peak Prosperity the outcome of what we call the Bayesian experiment, where we asked for people to respond to a series of 15 questions. How likely was something to happen? This is the response from 1 to 100, almost everybody clustered on 100, saying that if a certain party wins, they expect their freedoms to be severely curtailed. That's what's actually on the line at this point in time. That's all I'm going to say about that. But if you're ever thinking of coming to one of our Peak Prosperity events, this is an amazing thing that we do. Awesome human beings in a great location, delivering real-world, actionable results, because I know that the crowd is always smarter than the person. So think what you will about the world, but it means a lot when you can stand in a line and see what all of your fellow humans are thinking about something. And I believe that the sum of all those probabilities, because this is a probability experiment, what chance do you think something's going to happen? That long line stretching almost into the lake, it had to wrap or people would have gotten in the lake, is the 100% mark that they believe that should Kamala's party win, that their freedoms will be curtailed, social credit scores, worse and worse censorship, all of the above. So at any rate, that and 14 other questions we got the responses to. You're going to want to see that because some of these will really, I think, help you understand what you're going to do, what you want to do in response to the data that came out of this. Change is coming, folks. You need to get resilient, and you need to do it now, okay?